Listen up, because this isn't your usual royal whisper. This is the sound of a storm breaking inside Buckingham Palace. Prince William, the man known for his patience and that polite royal smile, has finally reached his limit. And when I say he's done, I mean he's done playing nice. For years, William stood quietly as his family turned into the world's favorite drama series. Leaks, interviews, documentaries, Netflix specials, you name it. Every headline turned the monarchy into a circus, and through it all, William held his composure. But lately, that calm exterior has shattered. Insiders close to the palace say his patience snapped the moment he realized the threat wasn't coming from outside. It was bleeding from within. The damage wasn't from critics or the press, it was from his own bloodline. And that's when William made up his mind. No more second chances. He's reportedly told advisors that the monarchy can't afford to bow to emotions anymore. Translation? He's cleaning house, even if it means cutting off his own brother. This isn't about revenge, he says, it's about survival. And in William's mind, survival sometimes means swinging the sword. Behind closed doors, quiet conversations are already taking place, the kind that never make it into official royal records. William's inner circle, loyal and laser-focused, has allegedly been meeting with top legal advisors to prepare something big, something that could permanently change the royal landscape. The move? A parliament alignment, a subtle but powerful reform that would give future monarchs the ability to strip or redefine royal status without political interference. And guess what? Insiders claim it's not just about Harry and Meghan, it's about future-proofing the monarchy itself. No more freeloaders with fancy titles, no more symbols without service. As one insider bluntly put it, this is surgical, not scandalous. This plan isn't noisy or dramatic. It's quiet, precise, and devastatingly effective. But when you look at who it targets, things get explosive. Because the names in focus aren't Harry and Meghan, they're Archie and Lilibet. William's supporters say it's simple. If you're not raised for royal duty, you shouldn't carry royal titles. Those titles become empty ornaments, and in William's vision for the future, those ornaments are being melted down. His proposed parliamentary reform would allow titles to be removed cleanly and legally. One signature, centuries of change. A revolution disguised as reform. But here's the twist. The real power to erase titles doesn't come from Parliament. It comes from deep inside royal tradition, through something called letters patent, the monarchy's secret weapon. Think of it as the royal eraser. With one update, a king or queen can redraw the royal family tree however they want. That's how King George V, back in 1917, limited royal titles only to the grandchildren of the reigning monarch. That rule is exactly what gave Archie and Lilibet their titles once King Charles took the throne. But here's the catch. That rule isn't carved in stone. It can be changed anytime by the monarch or an heir with enough influence. And word is, William's legal team already has the paperwork drafted for a future update. Royal titles for working royals only. That means if you're not serving the crown, even if you're royal by blood, poof, your title is gone. No debate, no lawsuits, just royal ink and a wax seal. Elegant, ruthless, final. And when that day comes, the titles Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet could vanish like morning mist. For Meghan, that's not just losing status, it's losing the very foundation of her post-royal identity. Inside Buckingham Palace, the atmosphere is heavy. King Charles, ever the peacemaker, still hopes for reconciliation. But William? He's past mercy. Sources say the two have clashed behind closed doors. One moment reportedly ended with Charles urging his son to remember compassion, and William snapping back, "Mercy is what got us here." That line hit like a lightning bolt. For William, emotion isn't a virtue anymore. It's a weakness. Every time Charles forgave, another headline followed. Another scandal. Another documentary dragging the royal name through mud. William's convinced that if the monarchy wants to survive, it needs steel, not sentiment. And Parliament agrees. Some politicians have started murmuring that if the royals don't clean their own mess, the government might step in. That was all the permission William needed. Now here's where the story takes a fascinating twist. Across the North Sea, Queen Margrethe of Denmark recently stripped 4 of her grandchildren of their royal titles, and it shook Europe. Her reason? Too many royals, too little purpose. William took notes. Insiders claim he admired her move. Bold, clean, and completely unapologetic. To him, Queen Margrethe didn't destroy her family. She saved the monarchy. And that's exactly what William wants to do for Britain. Behind the palace walls, William's team reportedly studied every detail, from Denmark's timing to their public messaging, to prepare their own royal reform playbook. The goal? A smaller, sharper monarchy that serves the nation, not headlines. To William, when the crown finally passes to him, titles won't be shiny accessories. They'll be earned badges of service, and anyone treating them like brand labels? Gone. Now let's cross the ocean to sunny Montecito, California. While London stiffens its royal posture, Meghan Markle's world begins to crack. In Hollywood, she's the Duchess of Sussex, the title that adds sparkle to every project, podcast, and public appearance. That word Duchess is her brand, her signature, her aura. But when whispers of William's reform reached California, panic reportedly erupted behind the scenes. Her team allegedly called emergency meetings. PR advisors scrambled. One question echoed in every room: what if it's gone? Because without that royal touch, Meghan's brand dims fast. Spotify already walked away. Netflix's interest cooled. Her lifestyle brand, meant to rival Goop, has barely made a sound. Desperate to protect the Duchess name, insiders say Meghan even explored trademarking Duchess of Sussex as a surname, just to keep some legal hold on it. But guess who saw that coming? William. According to royal insiders, he quietly pushed for a rule preventing royal titles from being used for commercial purposes, a legal block that could stop Meghan's plan in its tracks. The message from London was loud and clear. The monarchy is reclaiming its name. And for Meghan, that meant one thing: the ground beneath her empire was crumbling. Meanwhile, in California, Prince Harry tried one last time. Sources claim he reached out to his father before the final decisions were sealed. Not as a duke, but as a son, hoping for a lifeline, hoping for forgiveness. But the line stayed silent. Messages were acknowledged, not answered. That silence said it all, and the monarchy had moved on. For Harry, the heartbreak wasn't losing the title. It was realizing his brother wasn't fighting him anymore. William wasn't arguing, wasn't pleading, wasn't defending. He was simply erasing. And for Meghan, the reality hit even harder. Hollywood isn't kind to yesterday's sparkle. Without the royal aura, phone calls slowed, invitations vanished. Even brand deals that once came with glittering smiles now came with polite silence. She wasn't the Duchess anymore. She was just Meghan again. Inside her Montecito mansion, the tension was thick. Insiders described frantic meetings in glass offices, lawyers on standby, PR teams rewriting press releases overnight, everyone searching for a way to hold on to the fading title that once made her unstoppable. But the truth? The damage was done. Hollywood doesn't chase nostalgia, it chases now. And Meghan's royal glamour was fading fast. Across the Atlantic, dawn broke over London. Buckingham Palace gleamed under a new morning light. Calm, quiet, and eerily orderly. The chaos that once surrounded the royals had finally settled. And at the center of it stood William. No longer the polite prince, but a man who did what no royal before him dared. He had drawn the line between family and the crown. Some call him cold, others call him courageous. But one thing's certain: he's the king-in-waiting who finally acted. For the first time in years, the monarchy felt reborn. The public, weary of scandals, began to respect the firmness. They saw William not as another royal living in a palace, but as a leader who took control when everyone else hesitated. Inside the palace, the energy shifted. The air was lighter, the noise gone. Across the ocean, though, Meghan stared into the quiet, a world that had stopped calling her Duchess. The woman who once captivated millions now faced a question that no PR team could spin. Because when the dust settles, titles don't make a royal, integrity does. And as the palace gates close on this chapter of royal drama, the world is left wondering, if the Duchess is gone, who is Meghan now?